Before we begin, please remember this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind because you are not an ugly stepsister. Please do not force that shoe onto your foot. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm so good that you're all here. Welcome to a new pick a card reading. The first one back in a long time, but I'm excited to do this one because it is my annual Your Biggest Lesson of the year that we've been through experience. So this year we're going to be looking at what was your spiritual growth, your spiritual lesson that you were experiencing in the year 2024. What kind of things were happening for you, and yeah, we're going to see what the lesson was, what it was really showing you, and what did you learn from the lesson, and what is the positive outcome. And then we'll also have a little glimpse into 2025 and just have a little look into what we can expect to see then. So here are the options that I have for you today. We've got 4 piles. This is going to be option number 1, option number 2, option number 3, and option number 4. Okay, I will see you all at your reading. Hi there, option number 1. These are the cards that I've pulled for you and your 2 oracle cards. Might as well actually just start by flipping those over, see what we've got. We've got the Dead End, and we've also got Set Healthy Boundaries with Armadillo Spirit. The funny thing is, when I saw your tarot spread here, the first thing I heard was finding happiness within. So that could have been part of the lesson that you were learning, is how to find happiness within. And I heard be happy with what you have. So maybe finding gratitude in the present moment, you know, not always searching for what is next, especially with the Dead End here. Maybe you came up across a lot of pushback or literal dead ends, like not being able to progress in some way. A lot of boundaries setting, either on your side, or this could be from other people, or even from the universe as well. It almost felt like there was a boundary there preventing you from moving forwards. Right, so this is what reads for your card here, the Dead End. It says, contrary to what its name implies, the Dead End is very much alive. It is a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It is thick, dense, uncompromising, a wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn, and stone, it simply states, no more, child. You have reached the last page of this chapter. It is natural to resist its very resistance and struggle even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way, we fight with life itself, from a mythic perspective. The end you face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around you, just not the ones you planned on walking through. If you are honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust, and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. So that really stands out here with the 8 of Cups reverse, the wheel, things not working out as planned, things being turned on its head, unexpected moments happening to you in 2024, having to walk away or finding dissatisfaction in something and having to pivot or change direction, you know. With the Devil card here, I heard like a almost pixie laugh, or, you know, like a mischievous laugh. So you may have felt like life was playing a game with you, you know, like you would maybe have an opportunity one moment and then it would be gone the next, or you would put something somewhere and it would change, you know, like it's like your reality wasn't very set in stone. Things were always changing, things were unstable, and it was hard to make sense of what you were seeing or experiencing. So let's pull some more cards and then we will look at your spirit animal card a little bit more in detail. clarification for the Sun card here, please. So we have the Page of Cups. Let me clarify, tell me more about the Wheel of Fortune in reverse for their lesson in 2024. So that is the Seven of Swords. More about the Eight of Cups reverse, please. Got the Wheel of Fortune again. So I heard the key phrases luck and divine timing, which are associated with this card. So that could be a theme that you were experiencing in the year 2024, a reoccurring concept or theme or something coming up. And the thing with divine timing is it's not happening in your time, it's happening in the time of the universe, God, Spirit, whoever you connect to, believe in. It's something that is outside of your control, but is also happening when you need it, not necessarily when you want it, if that makes sense. Devil card reverse, please. Devil card reverse here. And we have the Two of Swords. So with this depiction of the Two of Swords, with the moon here, it always feels like a moment of reflection, of not being able to make a choice, or really being called not to make a choice, because it is time to tap into your intuition rather than time to take action. It is a mental card at the same time, so you might have ruminated through a lot of thoughts, you know, again deciding, do I go this way, do I go that way, and not really being sure, and that uncertainty causing you to pause rather than take action. Or at least that was part of the lesson. It was about not rushing into things in order to relieve the discomfort, but instead being able to sit in that discomfort and work your way through more mentally than in a physical capacity. So again, we have the Seven of Swords here with that Wheel of Fortune energy, about deceit, deception, and also strategy as well, strategy and planning. So things that you're planned, things that were maybe routines or strategic things you were trying to put in place weren't working out for you. They would always end up turning out completely differently than planned or expected. This Sun card here with the with the Knight of Cups energy. I do feel that part of the lesson was about tapping into your emotions, connecting to your emotions, your intuition, over your head. Again, the Sun card is what keeps giving me that message, finding happiness within. I just want to know more about that feeling. Tell me more about the Sun card energy here, please. 2024. That was okay. So we have the Queen of Swords come out here, the Sun card again, as well as the Five of Cups. So again, trying to get out of your head, not relying so heavily on logic to be the thing that I heard that keeps you safe. So maybe you're someone that relies on logic to make decisions or find out what to do next, but your logic, the logical thing with the Seven of Cups, Seven of Swords here again with the wheel, the logical thing wasn't proving the right results. So it was really about tapping into the spiritual, because the spiritual is not logical, right? There's order to it, but it's a divine order, a kind of it's very hard for us to grasp. It's a bit more Pisces than Virgo energy. One point I could see is that this experience has kind of dampened your joy a bit. Like, I can imagine that, and I've experienced it myself. I feel like I definitely can connect to this pile a lot. That after experiencing so many setbacks and maybe being told so many times, you know, whatever it was that was the boundary being put in place that you could not get through, there was kind of this feeling of disappointment or sheltering yourself, like needing to protect your heart instead, maybe even growing a bit colder because of these experiences, even though well, we'll find out what the purpose of it was, you know, but so we'll look at that when we get to the purpose. Let's take a look at this armadillo spirit energy. I am picturing the way like an armadillo, it grows into a ball, doesn't it? With that kind of protective layer to it. So I feel like, again, maybe it reiterates that feeling of needing to protect yourself, like being told no so many times, being maybe experiencing so much difficulty throughout the year has kind of sheltered you a little bit, made you feel like you can't, oh, why am I struggling for the words? It's like I can feel it, but it's hard for me to put into words. Like, I'm really being drawn to this imagery of this guy here, and I'm seeing like the universe tempting you with something again, like, come on, it's a really good opportunity, you should do it, you should do it. And then you're like no, I don't trust you, like that kind of vibe. I don't know if you can see this, sorry, there we go. And like, he's got his hands over his ears, maybe that's better, there we go. He's got his hands covering his ears. He's kind of like, no, like, I don't trust you, I don't. That's like what I feel from this, right? So that could be something that you experienced in the year 2024, like you didn't quite know who or what to trust, and then again needing to reconnect to your internal world because the external world wasn't very clear. So I'll read the message here. It says, learning to set healthy boundaries is the gift of Armadillo Spirit. You are entering a phase where in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co-create your best life, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that may have been okay for you in the past. This also means that you need to learn where you end and where others begin. Kind of here again, that theme. What is yours to own and what is not? Again, turning away from other people, whether that is the messaging of society, the messaging of your parents, friends, something like that, and turning inwards, like, what is meaningful to me? What is my core needs and values? It says, know your limits and understand that it isn't an empowering choice. It's an empowering choice to say no to what doesn't feel right. Armadillo Spirit is here to tell you it's time to be honest with yourself about what you really want. Be clear on what you are agreeing to, declare what your needs are, and say no as a full sentence. These are acts of respect and kindness to others as well as yourself. Trust your body's signals and you will know what to do. Armadillo Spirit guides you in making good decisions that are grounded in a strong sense of what belongs to you and what does not. Yeah, so letting go of those kind of external noises, opinions, ideas that are not serving you anymore, and tapping back into your core, the things that are at your core going to make you happy. It's reminding me of Leo energy, the 5th house, which also represents children. So childlike joy, all those things that maybe you did. And a lot of the time when we do things as children, we grow, say we get to like teenage years, and maybe we say, oh yeah, I love to watch anime, I love to, what is something a bit quirky? I don't even know. Like, you do something, right, and someone makes fun of you for it, or they're like, oh my god, that's so babyish, that's so childish. And then we kind of slowly but surely get dampened out of our uniqueness, and kind of lose that quirkiness to ourselves. So I feel like this was a year of you really standing in your power of like, no, this is me, this is who I am, these are the things I enjoy, these are the things I want to pursue, like this is what is meaningful to me, and I'm going to make that clear to you and everyone else. And even if I'm not going to do it because I still feel that fear, like the universe is going to make sure that I am moving in the direction that is serving myself. So let's take a look at what the lessons was showing you on a bit of a deeper level. So we have here full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches a resolution. So I did quite keep seeing Cancer energy. It's where I got that protective layer from. Where was it now? The Five of Cups card, if I can find it. Probably should have just left the cards out. Here we go, this Five of Cups card with that scorpion running out of it. I mean, it's not a crab, but it does remind me of the Four of Cups, which actually does have a crab running out, and that was at the top of the deck. Don't we just love a good synchronistic moment? So really like protective, like bite back kind of energy here. And it is water sign energy as well. Even the Knight of Cups as a card, the helmet he wears and the description of it is something that is protective of his feelings, his emotions. And yes, he is relaying them. He's open to talking about them, but to the right people. He is still protective of his heart, right? He's not fully trusting or open yet. So I feel like here that kind of speaks again to that Cancer energy, as well as the full moon being a time of release, of letting go, of completion, an end of a cycle. So this may have been something you were kind of moving through over the last couple of years, last couple of months, like a deep lesson that you were learning to really come into yourself and overcome any issues that were really about yourself, that were very personal to you. Maybe you have Aries energy, or you had like first house transits happening, things that were really related to you. Let's take a look a bit more. What was this lesson of 2024 showing them, please? What was it showing them about themselves, about their lives? What is this lesson really showing them? So we have the Strength card here. We have Page of Wands here. We have the Two of Cups. And we have here Temperance. Came out in reverse. Well, I picked up in reverse, but I kind of feel like I want to look at it upright. So Two of Cups here, I do feel like it was a connected to your relationships, how you interact with other people, your friendships. It doesn't just have to be romantic, although this lesson could have come through in a romantic relationship. Having to put yourself first in some way. With the Strength card here again, it's like that, another Leo card as well. So really feeling confident about yourself. One thing with Leo placements is even if they are down bad, they still hold themselves in high regard. Even if it's a bit of like a mask they put on, I feel like at their core they really value themselves. Like they think they are the bee's knees, and they are. So, and I feel like that is a lesson we should all take from Leo. And Leo's energy is like to think of ourselves and hold ourselves in high regard, because we are important, and we are just as important as the ones we love. And Temperance card here, I feel that this was really about showing you how to bring things into balance. Maybe one area of your life was out of balance, maybe you overgave and didn't, and as a result you were kind of left on the back burner or depleted in some way. So this was really like healing those core wounds for you. One important part about the Temperance card is she has one foot in water, one foot on land. So there is that balance between the emotional and the logical, the stable, the grounded. So maybe you have a lot of water placements, or you're a water sign and you find yourself maybe finding that you're over emotional. Again, over giving can be a trait of a water sign, or trusting the wrong people, being a little bit naive in that way because you're just so open-hearted and you kind of can't comprehend how other people wouldn't be as loving as giving as you. But that is not always the case. So again, learning discernment, learning to trust your intuition, trusting that gut feeling, not just brushing it off, learning to bring things into balance and not just going on emotion, not just reacting or acting on emotion. This Page of Wands energy. There is a message here about your creativity. I don't know if you're in the creative field or you want to do something creative, but I feel like there's a message here about going after the things that inspire you, that make you feel passionate and light you up in life. Like having and that takes confidence. So having the confidence to pursue the things you want for yourself. Tell me more about the Page of Wands energy. So King of Pentacles and the Devil card here. Tell me more about the Two of Cups energy. Six of Pentacles. Tell me more about the Strength card. Nine of Swords. Tell me more about Temperance here. And the Seven of Wands. So strength, getting overwhelmed with with thoughts and ideas, over analyzing things. Maybe there's some Virgos in this pile as well. Being too much in your head, again, not being in your body, a bit like when the message in this Boundaries card. Connecting to your body, that is your body and your emotions is what tells you before maybe logic, when people aren't right for you, situations aren't right for you, when we're in danger, right, when we need to protect ourselves. And when we disregard that and then the bad things happen, we're like, wait, why did I not see that coming? What? Because you weren't listening to your body, you weren't slowing down, right? So this time, this period was really showing you this and teaching you, guiding you through how to do this. Seven of Wands, how to protect yourself from harm. Again, that Six of Pentacles talking about overgiving, bringing things back into balance in your relationships. This King of Wands, again, I feel like this is a message of understanding and knowing intuitively how, or knowing intrinsically, I guess the word was really I was trying to say, how abundant you are, how fruitful you are, how much you have to offer, and also to make sure that you are giving to yourself so that you can have those things to offer. Because in this King of Pentacles, you can see he's got like this watermelon and all these vibrant flowers behind him, and although he rules the kingdom or whatever he rules over, and he is very giving, he's very practical in that, he also savors for himself so that he can be sustained and so that he can continue to be a leader, continue to give to others, continue to service the community. This Devil card. What is this Devil card? More about how this Devil energy is representing what this lesson is showing them. Got more Wand energy. That's the Queen of Wands now. Queen of Wands. Confidence, intuition, spirituality. Just can't answer message. Help me understand. Page of Swords, insight, investigation. We've got more pages. We've got a lot of pages. Okay, so to me this feels like having the confidence to say no, having the ability to stand in your own truth, your own beliefs, and because pages is about communication, but it's a little bit more, I would say a little bit more shy or juvenile in that sense. So with that Queen of Wands here and the Devil energy, I feel like it's being able to stand in your beliefs, your purpose, your having that confidence again. I don't want to repeat myself too much, so let's move on to what the positive outcomes were of going through this lesson. You know, what are the positive outcomes? Oh, actually, let's just leave these here. Okay, we have alliance here. Straight away, I feel like this is an alliance with spirit. Especially if you guys have water placements in your chart, I feel like water energy naturally has a connection to the spiritual, the mythical, the abstract. And it's an alliance of, it's an allegiance to that concept, right? Like a trust in it, a respect for it, not just taking, you know, there's some people in this world that just rely on like science, the logical, and they're very much like, if it's not this way, if it hasn't been written in some kind of scientific journal, if it hasn't been proven in the scientific method, then I can't believe it to be true. Like, then it's just not true, then it doesn't exist. But then I always think of all the things that have been now proven in science, but at one point or another someone thought it didn't exist. Or, you know, there's those people who, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's some people that just because they can't see it or understand it, or someone else of a particular title hasn't understood it or said that it's true, then they just don't believe it to be true, you know? So I hope this makes sense what I'm trying to get at. I feel like I've kind of lost my train of thought, but I feel that this is an alliance. The positive part of this is that through this alliance with the spiritual, with the abstract, it gives you almost this upper hand. It's like that ability to walk into a room or be in a room full of people and know which ones are going to be harmful to you and which ones are going to be friendly to you or be a good acquaintance, a friend, you know, like which ones to bring into your circle and which ones to keep at arm's length. And that is a skill that not everyone has. And through that alliance, that connection that you have to the spiritual, that you've grown and developed with the spiritual, it's going to take you, you're going to be able to move so much more quickly. Even though this was a year of blocks, of being told no, or having to say no even, and that might have put you at a step back in the physical world. Now that you have this skill, now that you have this outcome, I'm trying to think of a different word but I can't. Now that you have this, it's almost like a superpower. It is going to propel you forwards because you're going to know which business things to take, which jobs to take, which friends to be with. You're not going to experience all as much of those negative setbacks from going down the wrong path, right? That's what I've intuitively got from this. So this reads, the goddess, wife of Zeus, knew intimately, I like that word, intimately. Again, it's very intuitive, it's a feeling, it's a an intimate relationship. It's like how, you know, in Christianity they always say you are building a relationship. Well, the relationship isn't between like the church and God. The strongest relationship is between you and God. So again, you're building this intimate, or you've built this intimate relationship with whatever you believe in. And that connection, that bond is going to carry you through. But anyway, she knew intimately that positive alliances lead to great power. At this moment, you've magnetized to receive aid from people who have greater wisdom and can help you on to the next level. Perhaps it's a mentor who appears, or someone in the know. Making connections with others and finding strategic partnerships are favored right now, as you explore the nature of becoming empowered by association. This works well if you have a healthy sense of self-worth, and if you're able to learn without diminishing yourself in any way, which is the exact lesson you were going through. Right now, Hera is supporting you to form beneficial alliances for the greater good of all. When called to action or faced with the decision, asks, how does this benefit me? And how can I serve the highest good as a result of this connection? You may also be called to give help to others who needs your mentorship. Give freely, for only good will come of it. This is a wonderful time for all manner of connection and collaboration. So maybe you have been in a bit of isolation mode, not really meeting people. Again, maybe relationships being kept at arm's length, or having to be put on the back burner because they weren't meeting your needs, or you weren't really existing in your full potential. They weren't allowing you to thrive. So now that you've gone through this experience, and gone through this lesson, those relationships are coming back, those people are coming back that are really going to be of mutual benefit to both of you, or to the group, or whoever, how many people it is. So the benefit of this, the positive outcome of everything you've experienced this year, is meeting your tribe, finding the alliances that are really going to propel you forwards now. Like, I keep seeing this like sling we'll just say a boomerang. Like, I just see you being pulled back, and all the people maybe moving forwards this year, you know, like this is you, but you were on the same level, you got pulled back and they kept moving forwards, and then I just see like you being boing like ahead of these people, you know. So I just see a lot of movement forwards. So let's see now, or let's take a little peek into 2025 this year. Let's see what it has in store for you. Right, so first of all we have it is safe for you to love, and we also have finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. These are romantic cards, but I'm just taking them as like overall. So you could be seeing changes in your finances and career ahead for the better, so you can quote me on that one. And it's safe for you to love. So again, finding those connections, those people that are safe. That is word that kept coming up, is safe, wasn't it? And it says, open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. When that highest energy of all message also keeps going up. So community might be something you're cultivating this year. Maybe you have a message to share, something that is going to benefit everyone, is this lesson that you've gone through. It's going to have positive ramifications for a wider group of people than just yourself. So it's safe for you to love. So the people you meet this year, the connections that you grow or you cultivate this year, are really going to be of good value to you. So for those two trays, option number 1, please. What kind of themes can they expect in the year 2025, please? I feel like we could get a couple more. Okay, we'll get we'll get a couple more if there is any. Okay. I did feel like the energy was very intentional, so very intentional, yeah. We'll see what came out. We have here teeth. When I have teeth, I always feel like smiling, like this is going to be a year of a lot of smiling, a lot of happiness. Also teeth remind me of Saturn and that energy of being something like the reward after a really tough time. Extrovert here, so a lot of engaging with new people. I don't even mean to say new people, but maybe new people. Being extroverted, you know, being communicative, meeting new people, being out there in the world. Health, king / queen, so a theme might be that you're really focusing on your health, whether that's diet, whether that is working out, whether that is emotional health, you know. We have thoughtful, so that giving energy coming in here, you giving to others and others giving to you. Entrepreneur, so maybe you are an entrepreneur and that could be a heavy theme for you. Maybe it's something you want to enter into this year, or that you will be entering into, or a highlight of the year is your entrepreneurship. Emotionally expressive, yeah, connecting to your emotions, feeling safe in your emotions, safe to express your emotions as well. Oh, we have twin flame, love that. So finding connections of people who were like destined for you, who really align with your vision as well of the world and what you want to create is what I'm hearing. Pragmatism, so someone or you are going to be thinking very, approaching the year, or there's a theme throughout this 2025 of thinking very logically, being very practical and pragmatic about how you move forward. We have LGBTQI+, so maybe you're part of that community, is a community that you might be getting more involved in. You might find yourself meeting people from that community, something like that. Oh, we also have introverted, which is so funny. So maybe a bit of a balance year, which we did have that temperance card as being one of the lessons. So finding balance, being both extroverted, meeting new people, and also having your alone time and being with yourself, nurturing your own thoughts. Oh, tattoos. Maybe you're getting a new tattoo this year. Meeting someone with tattoos. We have yang energy, which is that masculine action energy. There's quite a lot of masculine energy here. Intuitive, spelt very weirdly. With another year of you tapping into your intuition, using it to guide you, using it to make the right choices for you. Yeah, we have friendly here, so meeting new people, feeling in a very friendly and extroverted energy. We have hazel eyes, that could be someone you know. Eyes are windows to the soul, as well as brown eyes. So brown eyes, hazel eyes, so maybe the person who, or the people you're connecting with, that is their eye color, or that could have some other kind of significance for you, as well as me saying eyes are the windows to the soul. So again, meeting soulmates. This twin flame energy has not come out a lot, so that is important. Or I say that is meaningful, I would say. But anyway, that is everything that I have for you guys. That is your lesson of 2024, and that is some of the insight into the year ahead. Hope you have a good one, and yeah, I'll see you guys back here soon. Bye. Hi there, option number 2. Welcome to your reading. I've got your tarot cards already pulled, so let's see. With the 2 of Cups and the 6 of Cups here, I feel like part of your lesson was about relationships. And I hear the message of how much you give in relationships. How much you give in relationships. Seven of Wands. Okay. Alright, I'm feeling a little blocked, so let's move on to look at your... That makes sense. So we have here the Mirror, and we have Porcupine Spirit with Time for a Beginner Mind. And these two cards represent the lesson that you're learning in 2024. So again, I keep being pulled back to the Seven of Wands card here. Why? Feels like a sense of conflict, disagreement. Right, I want to read this card. Okay. So this card says, we look into mirrors every day without recognizing them as portals into another realm. They can shatter, flatter, distort, reflect, and project an image back to us that we deem to be true. The energy of the mirror is all about self-perception. When the archetype of the mirror appears, we are in the mythic land of Narcissus, who saw himself reflected in a pool and fell in love with his own image. So compelled by his reflection, he could not turn away, a fixation that eventually led to his death. Recognize the power and danger of the mirror. It is a construct, one that may drive a shard between you and your true self. The mirror contains trickster energy. Put the phone down, stop with the comparisons, and let the mirror stand empty for a while. Rest with the one inside. Again, getting taken back to the Seven of Wands, and I'm trying to find a way to describe the feeling. It feels like maybe I should come up with a scenario to help myself and you better understand how I'm seeing it. It's a bit like if someone was like, oh, you're always so sensitive. I don't know why that one came up, but someone's like, also, you're always so sensitive or something, and then you oh my god, I don't know why I couldn't find the word. The word is defensive. I feel a defensive energy here. And then with that mirror and word, the mirror card here, it feels like a part of the lesson was about your defensiveness towards something. Maybe a way that people see you, a particular part of your personality, a perception, or even maybe you do something that either people don't find genuine or isn't genuine to you. So maybe you say yes every time a co-worker wants you to give them a lift home, but if you were being true to yourself, you wouldn't want to say yes every time. Like, there's almost like this energy of, at times maybe you're too nice or too giving, and it's not that it's not a part of who you are, but it's that it kind of becomes inauthentic because you're doing it when you don't necessarily want to. I mean, this could not be the case. It might not be about being nice, it might not be about something like that, but it just feels like there's two things. One part is an authenticity in something, not showing up in your true authentic self, and then another part is a defensiveness to the way people perceive something about you. Okay, so I've cut the deck with the Two of Cups again coming out here. I also find the Two of Cups is a card of finding love within, like loving yourself first so that you can be authentic in your love for others. I don't know if I've said this in a reading before or something, but I really feel that when we're not in our true like sense of, when we don't really have a good sense of self-love or self-respect sometimes, or self-worth, no, high level of self-worth is what I'm looking for, we can kind of show up inauthentically in our relationships, even if the way we're showing up is in a pleasant way, a nice way, like being a people pleaser, right? It's not a negative thing to other people, but it ends up being a negative thing to yourself. And sometimes it does kind of backfire and end up being a negative thing to other people, because you grow this resentment that they're not aware of, you know, because you're not saying no, or you're not being authentic in how you're showing up. So Page of Wands, can you tell me more about the Page of Wands? That is too many cards. Tell me more about the Page of Wands reverse energy, please. Where big is this? Right, we have the 8 of Cups. The 2 of Cups, please. 2 of Cups again. I told you this energy is very important. Maybe you were learning this lesson through a relationship, a connection. Tell me more about the 6 of Cups energy here, please. You have the 9 of Wands. I heard like, who's left standing in the end? Again, it's giving me this feeling of, I'm seeing someone overgive, giving in a situation. The person either betrays them, they break up with them, they, I don't know, something within it like falls through, and then the person is left alone. They're like, it doesn't work out, and the person is left feeling drained, less feeling like, why did I give so much? And then there's like that anger, that resentment towards it, that frustration about it, but actually it's, those emotions are not the ones that are serving you, or they're trying to tell you something deeper. They're trying to tell you about where you are overgiving, where you're not being authentic to yourself. Tell me more about the 7 of Wands here, please. Well, the Fool card tried to come out, but I'm gonna try again. I mean, I guess that relates to this kind of beginner mind energy here. Tell me more about the 2, the Death card. So Fool card, which was like a new beginning, but then now we have the Death card, which is that transformation, which leads to a new beginning. So similar vibes here. So now I'm kind of seeing this energy a bit differently then. If this is the newness, the revival of this experience, I could say, then I also feel like this could be, during 2024, what the kind of outcome or the feelings that were involved here after the loss or after the event that happened was a feeling of, oh, I feel like I've lost my train of thought, of self-protection, of being like, well, okay, well then I'm not going to hold everyone else's opinion in such high regard, and that kind of being a positive thing, really, because you had put yourself on a lower pedestal than everyone else, you know. It elevated your self-importance in a good way. We haven't spoken about this Page of Wands reversed, actually. 8 of Cups, Page of Wands reversed. So the feeling of something being missing, being incomplete, and being unstable as well, appearing stable. Because one thing with me with this with the Eight of Cups is like 8 is an even number. So yes, this could look very aligned. We could have 4 on the bottom, 4 on the top. But the way it's depicted is as if something is missing. These cups are all damaged. They're very ruined. They've been through a lot. So it feels like, again, part of the experience was putting effort into something that wasn't right, that was incomplete. So it's like putting energy into a relationship, or continuing to put a lot of effort and time into a relationship that you knew in your core didn't serve you. Maybe you were just incompatible with each other, or whether this is friendships or whatever it was. Something about it just was not for your benefit overall. And it's like, despite that inner knowing, there was still action being put behind it. But the action doesn't lead to anything tangible because you didn't heed the warning, I guess. You didn't, I guess how I see it is, in option number 1, they were really learning how to listen to their intuition and trust that. So I feel like that would be the next stage for you guys. Like, this is almost the lesson of you going through these experiences and being like, okay, I've been giving, why is it not working out? And then learning now to trust in yourself, trust in your intuition. When things are out of alignment, trusting that better things will take its place when you decide to move on. So there could have been a fear of moving on from situations or people due to a lack mindset of, well, I won't find better than this. This could even be a job, like, I won't find better than this job, you know? So let's take a look at this porcupine spirit a little bit more, read the message. When porcupine spirit calls your name, you're being asked to adopt a beginner's mind and to approach situations with innocence and curiosity. The old confining stories no longer have a hold on you. Life is full of goodness me. Life is full of surprises hiding in plain sight. Looking at the world afresh with new eyes can help you find what you have been seeking. Whether it is a relationship, an opportunity, or evidence, you have all you need right now to co-create what you desire. Who knew? Porcupine asks you to be playful and have a childlike curiosity. There is so much waiting for you that you have yet to discover. From that, I do get that maybe that 2024 was a year of you discovering more about yourself, about your character, who you are. And this defensiveness could actually be, I use the example of being sensitive, which is more, so a little bit of a negative example, but it could even have been like people are always telling you, oh my gosh, you're so smart, you're so kind, you're so, what's the other positive thing? Like, you do your makeup really well. I don't know, like any kind of compliment that people would give you. Maybe you were someone who really batted it off and was like, oh no, that's not me. No, I'm not like that. Like, you didn't really take it in as something like, oh yeah, that is who I could be. That is who I am even. That's how other people see me. You know? Again, that mirror vibe could be something positive or it can be something negative. Maybe you were someone who couldn't really see your positive traits. And that led you into situations where you were aligning with people or sustaining connections and relationships with people who also didn't appreciate or see your positive traits. I'll do one more card pull just to make sure we've got everything in terms of the lesson you were experiencing in 2024. Okay, those two really wanted to come out. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. Don't know why it's wanting me to mismatch these, but and then the 6 of Wands. So there's that 3 of Swords, that pain, that heartbreak, the loss of possible connections, or just something that meant a lot to you. That could either be a career, a work place situation, I don't know. I see this 2 of Pentacles as someone performing, because you see these people up here. It's like juggling to perform. So again, there's this idea of like wearing a mask, performing something because you think that's what people want from you. 6 of Wands. I like how the 6 of Wands, this kind of idea of success, is on these 2 cards here, where we see this kind of completion of a cycle, or the way that you've kind of come into yourself this year. Being more confident, feeling more proud of who you are, having cheerleaders, having people who praise you for the good things, or praise you for your who acknowledge your positive traits, the things you bring, you know. And this 8 of Pentacles, I guess maybe that's why I had to rearrange them, because I'm really seeing it in terms of where we've got these messages already, which is unlike me. Usually I just read it as a fresh kind of story or message, but I'm seeing this 8 of Pentacles being here with these 2 of Cups cards, where there is this working on something tirelessly. And I see this kind of as a, which is unusual, I see this 8 of Pentacles as someone doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. You know, maybe if I try harder, maybe if I'm nicer, maybe if I do this, maybe if I do that, it will make things better. But this person is weary, they're tired. And they put a lot of work into building this skill. So this could be something from childhood, something that you've always done, that you've kind of been told or felt conditioned into doing. Into performing, into being. But really, when you set yourself free, there is a lot of power behind you. So let's now take a look at a little bit more about the lesson and what it was showing you. Oh, that's the wrong card. Okay, so you guys have conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Eclipse is the sun and the moon, which is interesting. Where was that card where the sun and the moon was in it? And I was going to say something, but it wasn't necessarily that I... Here was this. It was the 8 of Cups. The sun and the moon energy. Okay. I just heard wants and needs, because I think about it astrologically, the sun and the sun represents what we want and the moon represents what we need. So aligning your wants with your needs. Maybe that was something that was always in misalignment, you know. Maybe you always did something to try and get what you wanted, but it wasn't actually what you needed. Maybe it's something you thought you needed but actually really didn't. Or thought you wanted but really didn't. So can you tell me a bit more about what the lesson 2024 was showing those who chose option number 2, please? What What's this lesson showing them? I've got the Six of Cups again. We have a lot of repeating messages, so that could have been a theme that in 2024, a lot of repeating messages, things basically screaming at you, like trying to show you the way. Seven of Wands again. What did I say? Now Spirit's screaming at me. Six of Pentacles, which I feel like we actually had as well. I don't even remember, but maybe not. And the Magician reversed. So showing you to tap into your power, recognize your power with the Magician energy. To protect yourself. This is the Seven of Wands that I was envisioning, where I really feel like she has that protective bubble where she's not taking on everyone else's opinions about things, about how things should be. Only the ones that are important to her, only the ones who have proved their worth in a way, you know? And again with that Six of Cups, the feeling of going from a child into an adult, those carrying those wounds into adulthood and doing the same things that were not serving us, that no longer serve us, right? Like people pleasing. Maybe it's something that served you and protected you as a child, but then it's something now that you no longer need to become the person that you really deserve to be and are. With conclusions are within reach, it gives me, or reiterates that vibe of like, you're really at the end of this cycle, and the cycle being, if I think about my own kind of spiritual journey and how I've experienced lessons so far, I feel like the first couple of years it was really me being immersed in the chaos of the lesson, right? Like really seeing it from the external, people really showing me or being a representation of the lesson that I needed to learn within myself. And then as I've come to the end, I really feel like I've closed out the chapter now, or I'm like just really at the end of the chapter, right? I'm ready to start a new one. The last year or so or two have been more so about it not being an external thing, but something that I've internalized, and something that I'm learning to show up differently, right? It's become less of a lesson and more of a, what am I trying to say? I guess it's like if you're in school, right? So it's like now is the test. So I feel like after this, you're going to enter the test, and not the test as it being hard, because I wouldn't say the last 2 years have been as physically challenging. But like the learning is usually the learning is harder than the test. I feel like I've overcomplicated everything that I've just said, but in the classroom, learning something new, being able to really understand something takes a lot more time. It takes a lot of repetition. It takes different teachers coming in sometimes, you know. And then when you get to the test, you're more so on your own. You're more so ready to show up. That's how I say it. So I feel like you've reached a point at the end of this where you're now ready to show up. Hope that made sense. Okay, so let us now see, what did you learn, and like what was more so the positive outcome of this. Hopefully that will tell us a bit more. Oh wait, we'll keep this one out for now. So the positive outcome, you guys have Athena with knowledge and Iris with communication. Honestly, I can't remember if I pulled cards or not for option number 1. But I will. I'll just pull a couple of cards. Not sure why, but that number 5 is really standing out to me. Maybe it's the number you recognize or means a lot to you. It could be a month, May. 5 is also about change as well. Oh, and 2 and 3 makes 5 as well. So there you go. Okay, so what was the positive outcome of them going through this lesson, Spirit? We have repetition again with the cards. 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords. What is the positive outcome of them going through this? 7 of Wands again. Guys, this is crazy. You can't make this shade up, can you? What is the positive outcome? One more card, please. And the 3 of Pentacles. Number 3 might also be important to you because that came up in my mind and I didn't say it and it seems important again. So the number 3, oh, we've also got 3, 3, so, and 3. So there we go. Number 3. Positive outcome. So I feel like revival. This version of the 2 of Pentacles, we see the boat passing by. So it's like, yes, there's a lot going on, but I can deal with it better. I have more of an understanding of how to juggle this or how to approach life, how to show up. This 7 of Wands, like, he just feels more confident. He feels more confident, he feels more self-assured. He even has his own like little wooden baton, whatever this would be, to fight back now. Like, I'm ready to fight back, it feels like. And the 3 of Pentacles, I feel like this is starting again almost, but like starting from a stable foundation, starting on rebuilding. Also the 3 is about collaboration, so rebuilding friendships or really focusing on the ones that are meaningful to you and have stood the test of time. Alright, let's take a look at some of these goddess messages. So Athena, the Greek goddess of intellect and strategy, says knowledge is power and you're in the perfect position to gain greater clarity at this time. Your hard work is paying off and everything you have learnt about life has brought you to this moment in time. Your knowledge, logical choices and intentions are aligned with divine will. Your intellect is keen and your mind is clear. You know what you have to do. Right now the world is making sense. You don't have to question or debate it. You can take things at face value. If you think it adds up, that's because it does. Have courage, my love. Your most precious dreams are within reach. The goddess Athena will help. So that really brings me back to the 2 of Pentacles, where I felt like on the other side of this, he's almost searching for approval. So the outcome of going through this lesson is being more self-assured, feeling more confident in who you are and the decisions you're making, what is right for you, the people that are right for you. Not having to second guess things or discredit what you're seeing in your reality. So I'll read the alignment message because it came out in reverse. It says, you are facing a moment when it would help if I could actually read. You are facing a moment when communication between you and others may have become disconnected. Perhaps people are withholding information from you or are not being clear about their motives. Now is the time to ask for clarity and to get clear yourself. If you're sitting on the fence and ambivalent about your direction, say that. Your alignment task is to say no to playing games, no to coercion, manipulation, and covert intentions. Take a straightforward attitude. Don't be afraid to hear what might disappoint you. be clear and demand the same from others. Yeah, I get that feeling from relating to, again, the example of being a people pleaser. A lot of time we don't want to say no because we don't want the backlash, or we don't want to, we're people who don't like conflict, right? So being able to stand up for yourself, or to just raise issues, you know, and being confident in that if this goes left field, then I'm still going to be okay with it myself. It's okay to disappoint others. The messenger Iris knows the importance of clear communication, and she urges you to speak up for yourself. If you've come from an environment, family, or cultural history where you've not had a voice, this might feel like you're yelling, but that's all right. Times are changing, and now is not the time to be shy. It's okay to feel awkward or flustered, but Iris brings her powers of clarity and says it is your turn to be heard. So gather your courage. The people who are important to you in the long run will listen and witness you, and then you can engage in positive conversation that leads to heartfelt solutions. So some of you guys might be projectors, like human design projectors, because they are the type of people who need to be valued and seen, and if they don't, they get this sense of bitterness, and that might be like that resentment that I was picking up on at the beginning. And they hold a lot of value in, like, just bring a lot of value to their partnerships, their friendships, their work, but a lot of the time they don't see that within themselves. So maybe that's you. Okay, let's take a glimpse into 2025 and see what type of things it might have in store for you. Okay, so we have here, this is a romance card, but I'm just reading it in terms of, like, generally. We have romantic factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. So this might have been a year where this might be a year where you're really delving into spirituality. You're getting deeper into your subconscious as well, I feel like, and recognizing your subconscious beliefs, maybe even just putting labels or words to feelings and naming experiences, you know. And I feel like even more so knowing or gaining insight into, I don't think that's the right word, what I feel. Basically, it feels like more so having aha moments about where certain traits are coming from, how different people have impacted your life or impacting your life. Just having more aha moments. Oh, whoa. Okay, let's take some of these messages in here. For those who chose option number 2, please. Okay, it's quite an aggressive shuffle. Alright, let's see what we've got for you guys. We have here medium height, straight hair, gifted or special. We have some money, we have friendly, funny, hot-headed, blonde hair. I think we've got quite a lot of attributes in here. Enemies to lovers, devoted, Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising with Venus, homebody, good advice, adventurous, Sweet or innocent. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. We've got homebody again. And friends to lovers. Okay, interesting. Again, we have repeated messages. Like, I get it. Friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, but still very similar vibes. Different vibes, but weirdly similar. Anyway, let's go through some of these. Good advice. Again, this is reminding me of projector energy. Projectors give really good advice. They really help people. They're really good at mentorship, helping people with direction. So either you're stepping into like a mentorship role, or you're going to be receiving some kind of mentorship. Homebody twice. So really enjoying your alone time. I feel like really indulging in your self-care, I heard. Aquarius, you may be meeting some more friends. Community could be really important to you, as well as maybe you have Aquarius placements which are really going to be pivotal in your year, your experiences this year. Look at where Aquarius falls in your chart, what house it falls in. Or maybe you're meeting someone with Aquarius placements. Devoted, so I feel like you're going to be devoted to something this year. And I hear maybe your spiritual path, so maybe you're really getting into spirituality, building your knowledge, that kind of thing. Hot-headed reminds me of that Seven of Wands energy, so I see you really stepping into that kind of confidence, feeling more empowered to be more expressive as well. Funny, finding things funny, indulging in funny things. I keep hearing it's a funny year. So there could be things that happen that are a bit weird or unusual, things you don't expect, but it's not that they're bad things or good things, they're just kind of like funny things. Like, that was funny, that was weird. It could even be like quite a synchronistic year, maybe like weird synchronicities happening. You're like, that was really funny, that was really weird, right? But you can't quite put your finger on it. And I think that that's where that's coming from. Friendly, so again, meeting more people. Maybe you're already feeling really friendly, really sociable. You could be meeting a homebody. These two energies feel different, so that could be someone else. Two homebodies together. Gifted or special, so yeah, using your gifts being on highlighted, being appreciated, your uniqueness, your speciality, even honing your gifts and speciality as well. Adventurous, I could see you guys traveling a lot, trying new things, meeting new people, doing things you wouldn't usually do. Again, a funny year, a weird or odd year, I keep feeling like. We've got some pound signs here, so making extra money. Money could be on your mind, because I just heard I don't have money on my mind. I do it for love, which is kind of not. So I've actually, you know how I see that song coming up is that you guys could be doing more things that are focusing less on like the logical reason to do something. So for example, you really want to go on a trip somewhere, and maybe you don't have like an abundance of money right now that most people would be like, oh yeah, you should go on a trip with that amount of money. But you're like, yeah, but I really want to go. So you go with how much you have, and that decision brings you more financial wealth. Like just leaning into your joy, basically leaning into your adventurous spirit. Sweet / innocent. We did have here, what was it, communication, or one of these cards spoke about viewing the world with some innocence. So I see you stepping into that more, seeing the world with more curiosity, a different mindset. Like I keep seeing a kind of glaze over your eyes, which is quite Pisces energy, like that Neptunian things being kind of dreamy, or having this kind of enchantment about the world and life, seeing things through new eyes. You could also be meeting Pisces energy, being more in Pisces exhibiting more Pisces energy. Again, that is that very spiritually in tune vibe as well. Maybe getting a bit more witchy, a bit more woo-woo. You could have Pisces placements as well, or just look at where it is in your chart. The hairstyles, we have blonde hair and straight hair. You could be thinking about changing your hair. You could change your hair in 2025. You could meet someone with this hair type. Oh, we have medium height here as well. Again, that could be important. You could meet someone who's of medium height. That's all I get from that card, that message. So yeah, that is everything I have for you, option number 2. Thank you for coming to this reading. Let me know how it resonated with you down below. Comment your pile down below, and come back at the end of 2025 and see if any of these themes showed up for you and how they showed up for you. I'd love to know, and I think it'd be really intriguing to find out for yourself as well. So yeah guys, that is everything, and I hope to see you in my next one. Bye. Hi there, those of you who chose the 3rd option, welcome to your reading. Let's start off by looking at what the overarching lesson was that you guys were learning in the year 2024. First of all, before I even get to like these oracle cards, the number 7 seems really important here. So maybe you were seeing the number 7 a lot. Maybe July was a really important month for you in 2024. Or I don't know, something about the 7 being significant. I will also say in numerology, 7 is like that number, is a number of spiritual, I was gonna say spiritual alignment, but like going on a spiritual path, a spiritual journey. So that could have been something that was also occurring for you, because I do see here 7 of Cups, a sense of confusion, a sense of trying to figure things out, moving on from things that were painful. Maybe it's a very reflective year for you, like why did I have to experience these things? Why did I go through these things? Let's turn these over. So we have Thanatos, and we have Antelope Spirit with Life is Speeding Up in reverse. So Thanatos kind of confirms that feeling of like a death, a rebirth, that kind of transformative moments in our lives, and also endings as well, moments where we have to move on from something. Maybe this was an ending you've been fighting, or something that felt very conflictual to you. Okay, sorry if the lighting's a little bit dark and mysterious. I had to turn off the overhead lighting because it was flashing too much. So I'll go ahead and read the archetype card here, which I've done for all the piles. This card says, it is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation, but the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an external response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our heart, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld, and will return to the land of the living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. Yes. Like I said, I see here there was a need to surrender something. I need some more cards to make sense of this. What can you tell me about the Seven of Swords energy for the biggest lesson of 2024? So we have the Knight of Swords. Some of you guys might be air signs or just be very logical people. Tell me more about the Seven of Cups now, please. We have the Seven of Wands again. So that kind of defensive energy reoccurring here. Could have been a theme you experienced. Needing to... I feel like it was a defensiveness to a certain perspective or option. Like maybe options felt limited. Sorry, you cannot see any of the bottom cards. I don't know why I've done that. Let's reshuffle this. Clarify the Five of Wands here, please. The Hermit card, which again is a very number 7 energy. An energy of enlightenment, having to go inwards. Clarify the Seven of Wands. You have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And clarify the Six of Swords here, please. And the Five of Cups in reverse. Even I feel like I just want to keep repeating the same things I've already said. So it may have felt like, I don't know which part it was, maybe option number 2, where there was a lot of repeating messages for them. So that could have been a spirit you had in 2023 as well. You're like, why is this happening again? Like going through something and seeing the same results, or trying to pivot out of something rather than moving through it and having to experience the same thing again. It's like the only way to get through it was to go through it. And it might have been something you were avoiding or had been avoiding for a while. Knight of Swords, Seven of Swords. I still don't get this energy. What more can you tell me about the Seven of Swords energy it represents for this lesson? Three of Cups. Okay, so if you're someone who's very independent as well, someone who kind of doesn't like asking for help, I see that you had to... A part of the lesson was about relying on community, your support systems, your friends, speaking up about how you're feeling, being vulnerable, not always hiding away. Not trying to fight all your battles by yourself. Let's see what this antelope spirit can bring to our message. Oh, well, here we go. It says, first line, do you really believe that you have to do everything yourself? Do you believe that somehow any help you get will be disappointing or not good enough? Perhaps it is time to address your issues of control and bias towards the negative. It doesn't matter where or why you came to be pessimistic or mistrustful. The fact that Ant Spirit is showing up now is a sign that you have an opportunity to heal and to relearn to trust that others will show up for you in a genuine way. And Spirit wants you to remember that your expectations and limiting beliefs are a vibrational offering that draws in the opposite of what you desire. Spirit wants to help you and sends will send collaborative partners your way. It's time to see the universe as conscious and connected, loving and helpful, but you must participate in the activity of co-creation. Creating reality is not just about dreaming. If you are feeling orphaned from your community, reach out and communicate. If you feel vulnerable, know that being present in your vulnerability can help you draw in someone who wants to assist you. Trust in your partnership with Spirit. Your outer conditions will start to reflect that. Then you will see the miracles awaiting for you, including partners who appear ready to lend a hand. See, when I get to your reading and I'm in your energy, I feel really drained, really heavy, really tired. So that could have been an experience that you were going through as well, just like unable to carry these burdens alone, unable to carry all the hurt, all the grief, the sadness, the disappointments alone, needing that helping hand, needing that support. And yeah, I don't know where I was going to go with that. I feel like your message is very clear, which makes it, and I get that a lot when Spirit doesn't want me to over analyze, over describe things, you know. So if I cut myself off a bit, that will be why. Okay, we'll pull a couple more cards, see what it's saying, if we can get anything else more, but I'm not going to try and force it. Right, is there any more that you can tell us about the lesson that they were experiencing? Option number 3 was the biggest lesson of the year 2024. Anything that you can tell us. Option 3 is biggest lesson 2024. You have quite a bit of wand energy coming out here. With this coming out like sideways, I really felt like there was an uncertainty, and I put it on top of the 7 of Cups as well, just subconsciously, and it's reaffirming that, like, the 7 of Cups is that confusion, that there are a lot of different avenues I could take, a lot of different options, and I'm not quite sure which one. So I feel that clarity was really a thing that you lacked in 2024. Although we do have Judgment here, which is that moment, that aha moment. And I find that that aha moment was about putting down your swords, putting down your weapons, your barriers, your boundaries, like the what's it called, overprotected boundaries. I don't even know how you would say it, but and also turning to Spirit as well, turning to your beliefs, God, whoever it is that you connect to, trusting in that, building a relationship with those people, with that spiritual side of things. Some of you could have Virgo energy or Virgo placements in your chart. Queen of Pentacles, I really see that being about nurturing self. And like heard again, nurturing beliefs. I also feel Sagittarius energy could be relevant as well. Pouring into yourself, nurturing yourself, putting yourself first for once. And 3 of Wands, again, maybe you were experiencing delays, things not coming in as quickly, not seeing results, and feeling lost in that regard. Feeling protective of self, feeling like you can't really open up. But all of this was a lesson in opening up. So let's see what this lesson was showing you on a bit of a deeper level with the Moonology energy. Right, so you guys have you and your loved ones are safe with a new moon and Cancer. And that Cancer energy is one that is very protective of itself. They might be quite emotional. They might be, you know, quite emotionally reactive, but ultimately they are very protective of themselves and their loved ones. So I feel like at your core, you are a deeply emotional person. And maybe you have a lot of emotional needs, but ones that you haven't given yourself permission to attend to. So Spirit, on a deep level, what was this lesson that they were going through showing them? The experiences that they were having in 2024. What were they showing them? Talking about those emotions. I didn't even mean to get all those cards, but can we see that? No, okay. Sorry, I'm so like engrossed in your cards and your energy that I'm not even paying attention to what's on camera and what's not. Okay, so the moon card here, we have the crab again represented in here. Going beyond the everyday, the practical, into the spiritual realm, into the things we maybe can't see, feel, hear, touch, you know, that are not part of our five senses, but go beyond that. Tapping into your intuition. Got the moon here as well. And the moon here as well. So moon, very important. And then also the Page of Cups, talking about the emotions and still being quite new to opening up, you know, still being a little bit coy or cautious. I feel like this was showing you what was important, like where you had a lot of different directions you could have taken and you were unsure. This experience brought you to a point where you're like, okay, this is who I am at my core, this is what is important to me, this is the type of things I want to invest in, these are the people I want to invest in, this is the type of community I want to grow, friendships I want to nurture, jobs I want to have. Like all areas of life came into clarity, came into perspective. And knowing that you can reach out, you can find support if you ask for it. And yes, you can do this alone, you could do this alone, you're fine to, you're a very independent person. But if you want that support, it's also there for you. I also have the two dogs from the moon card as well, that loyalty, friendships being really important for you this year. You might have had like some make or break friendship moments. Oh, the crab is also in here as well, gosh. So again, lots of mirroring, lots of repeating energies. Kind of like you need to be lost. I feel like this is where you are at now with this Ace of Pentacles, a new beginning, a new opportunity to rebuild something stable. What's this showing them? Can you tell me more about this Ace of Pentacles energy, please? Oh my gosh. See, again, repeating messages. A Hermit reversed and the Two of Wands upright. So finding clarity from going on this spiritual journey, from looking inwards, introspection. The Hierophant, tapping into religious beliefs. A lot of you guys might have actually gone into more of like a structured religion more than like just a spiritual, I don't know. With the Hierophant energy here. Or even just in have decided through those lessons to integrate more spiritual practices or tools into your everyday life. Sorry, everything is just off center. It's fine. I can't be doing perfection right now. Okay. Right. Next part is with this goddess card. Let's see what you guys really learned. Like, what was the positive outcome of going through this lesson? We have ambition here, which I'm not surprised to see with all that Ace of Pentacles energy that came out. The Greek goddess Nike asks you to be present in the beauty of richness discovered in your life so far. You have come this distance, so what are your wins? Celebrating them is a key role now to enable you to co-create even more. You live in a world where you may have felt that you were not allowed to celebrate your victories, lest you be cut down for being self-centered. Perhaps you were raised in a family that discouraged you from shining in an authentic way. Being successful at the game of life requires you to refuse the message that you are too much or not enough. Your biggest win is to be yourself, accepting yourself exactly as you are, releasing the idea that you are flawed in any way, and expressing yourself with authenticity. This is the true power of the victory of Nike expressed through you. The goddess Nike has another message to share. If you've been struggling to move to the next level of your life, working hard and putting the time and effort in, you will soon find you are finally winning. Your determination and commitment to your intentions are manifesting in your life with beautiful results. When you are winning, the world wins too. Just remember to share your bounty. Yeah, so that message about being self-centered, about not being able to celebrate yourself and your wins, knowing that when you take care of yourself, you also take care of your loved ones. By showing up for yourself, you are showing up for them, you know. Like, it doesn't have to be one or the other. When you choose yourself, you're also choosing them and choosing the people that are really aligned with you. So let's get into a little bit of 2025 and what you might expect to see. So those who chose option number 3, what kind of themes or experiences can they expect in the year 2025? What kind of themes or experiences can they expect in the year 2025? Okay, I try to take quite a lot because for you guys, I feel like I've just not necessarily rushed your reading, but you haven't had a lot of messages come through, and I don't like repeating myself when it comes to the messages, because what's the point in that? It just gets confusing. Right, so let's look at 2025. We have Scorpio energy, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We have the INFJ as a personality type. We have homebody. We have playful. We have some pound signs. It would help if I actually was showing you. Your angels support this. Adventurous. Friends to lovers. Crystal child. the word older. We have a vegan, veggie or diet requirements. Unique. Hardworking. Kind. Ambivert. Divine being. Loud / extroverted. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising with Venus energy. Pretty. Dark brown hair. Gifted / special. Caring. And last but not least, extrovert. And we have here, free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So in 2025, you'll be stepping more into that energy of putting yourself first, going for what you really want out of life, setting yourself free from the restraints of other people, expectations, things like that. With the Scorpio energy here, see more transformation. People on from the outside might see that transformation as well that has been happening on the inside. INFJ energy, you might want to look that up. Maybe you are an INFJ. Or I also sense like becoming parts of communities that aren't so popular or mainstream. Again, quite Aquarius energy. Homebody with the extroverted energies and the ambivert, I feel like you're going to be around a lot of new people, around maybe a lot of communities again or friends, but also needing your alone time at times to like recharge and reground yourself and just like continue with this kind of like spiritual introspective period that you're in. Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Again, these could be your placements, but all these areas of your chart could be important. The 5th house, which is more like your hobbies, your creative pursuits, things like that, children even, and Scorpio being the 8th house, which is more like that transformation, investments, investing in yourself, that kind of thing. Yeah, so also saying, so the mixture of energies here is about you finding balance between the two, I feel like. Learning again not to overextend yourself by saying yes to all the events or going out to everything, but also not isolating yourself when you need to as well. So finding that balance. Friends to lovers, maybe you are finding relationships through your friendships. Your angels support this, again, connecting to your guides, your spiritual team, your angels, finding support in them, and them also showing you signs of synchronicity that you are on the right path. Oh gosh, guys, I've just looked at the camera and realised it's shut off when I was talking, and I don't know which part that was happening in. I don't know how much of that you caught. So I was saying, caring and kind, I see that being a sign that you're not going to be losing this side of you. You're still going to be caring, you're still going to be kind, you're still going to have these attributes about you, but now you're more empowered, now you're more self-assured, now you aren't sacrificing your own needs in order to help everyone else. You're older and you're wiser as well. You also might be leveling up like your communities, your friendship groups, from more, if you're around people who are really mature and find those things, get aggy about those things, then you're going to be learning that those are not the people for you, I feel like. Yeah, pretty, I feel like you're going to be having a physical glow up as well. I heard pretty eyes for some reason, that could be significant. Adventurous, trying new things, having new experiences. Hardworking, also connected to that Nike energy with ambition here. working on your gifts, I heard. Whatever those are, whether those are spiritual gifts or like a practical gift that you've been given. Music, art, whatever that is. Yeah, playful, so you will be having fun as well, like enjoying yourself this year. Dark brown hair could be someone who has dark brown hair that is significant to you. You've got pound signs, so making more money. Money also being something that's on your mind, or area of growth, concern. I don't mean that in a bad way, just like you're focused on your money, getting your bag. And yeah, I think that's everything. Hopefully I caught the other stuff that I was saying. You guys should comment down below what pile you chose and come back at the end of 2025 and see how these things showed up for you and in what ways. So, but yeah, I'll see you all in my next one. Hopefully you enjoyed this reading and it resonated with you. If you did, then give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye. Hi there, those of you who chose the fourth option, welcome to your reading. Let's start off by taking a look at what was the overarching lesson, the biggest lesson that you are experiencing, learning in 2024. I heard the message of like, what is worth fighting for? Like learning what is important to, I can't really find the right words. Like with the Ten of Wands here and the Five of Swords, it feels like what burdens were important to carry and which ones weren't, you know. Like I'm picturing a friendship breakup, right? Like, yes, you might have invested a lot of time into a connection, a friendship, a relationship, even if that's like business-wise. But just because there's all this time invested, or you think that that's what you're supposed to do, doesn't necessarily mean that that's what you should do. So what battles are worth fighting and which ones aren't is what I feel like the lesson kind of was. And with the King of Wands, it's like not allowing fear to be the motivator for why you decide to do things. So let's see what your other cards are. So the Bridge and Transformation is beautiful with Butterfly Spirit. So again, the Bridge is a card about connection as well. What bridges are worth building? Especially if you had breakups, like friendship breakups, fallouts with people. What bridges are worth mending? What are truly valuable to you? What connections uplift you and allow you to be your best self and allow that side of you to come out? And which ones hinder or hold you back? Let's take a deeper look at the Bridge message. So it says, bridges are built to connect two worlds. They create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. This archetype is the gesture of acceptance, of saying yes rather than withdrawing, separating and saying no. When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. We open up to otherness, healing and communication are made possible. We enter a state of curiosity, wonder and learning. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday world and the sacred. This card asks us to study the connections between the seemingly disconnected parts of our life, relationships, ideologies, histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced. It must be made with love, or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life. Yeah, that last kind of message there, about it not being forced. And when I was saying not acting out of fear, I don't know if I said the words, but I definitely felt that it was a message of doing things from a place of love, doing things not from a place of ego, of hurt, but from like a deep understanding and love for another person and love for yourself as well. So let's get a couple more cards out. Kind of feel like continuing with this deck. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. Tell us more about the lesson that they were experiencing in the year 2024. Please, can you clarify the Five of Swords for us? Why is the Five of Swords being represented here? So that is the Nine of Swords. Tell me more about the Ten of Wands, please. The Moon. Clarify the Page of Swords. The Queen of Wands. Clarify the King of Wands, please. Maybe the King of Wands. Six of Wands. And clarify the Two of Cups for me, please. The Knight of Wands. Lots of wand energy. A lot of you guys might be fire signs or have strong fire placements in your chart. Aries, Sagittarius or Leo energy. Yeah, I feel like it's just reiterating what I said, like what is worth fighting for, what is worth taking action towards, and not going off of ego, because that can kind of be wand energy as well. It's interesting we have the King and the Queen of Wands. The King kind of in like a bit of a shadowy aspect. For me, it feels like she's at peace here. At peace with her decisions that she's making, more confident in the decisions she's making, connected to nature as well, connected to like the bigger picture. So not just holding on to things or letting go of things, you know, it could be either end of the spectrum, because it is the, not because it's the easy thing to do, but like doing it with intention, doing it because it really serves a purpose, like it feeds your soul. Not giving it into like illusions. You might feel like you were being betrayed by people, like you were meeting a lot of people with masks, you know, like they would show one side of themselves, and then as the connection grew, slowly they would reveal a deeper side of themselves, the one that maybe wasn't so aligned with you. And then even once that truer part of their identity, it doesn't necessarily mean it's truer, just like a fuller part of them was revealed, you still wanted to hold on, you still weren't very trusting of that, trusting of what you were seeing in front of you. So it was a lesson of like getting rid of illusions in your life, and not just going head first into like connections or situations that based off of pure feeling, but also taking time or allowing people to fully present themselves, present their full selves before attaching yourselves to them or expressing loyalty towards them. So that's what they were experiencing. What was the last thing that they were experiencing? Queen of Cups reversed. The last thing they were experiencing. The Magician. And the Four of Cups. So with the Magician here, I feel like it was a self-empowerment lesson. a lesson of believing in yourself and taking charge over your own life, not being a victim of your life, not thinking of these situations of, why is it always me? Why do I attract these people? Why do I whatever? But again, opening your eyes up to realities of situations so that you're not getting to a point where recognizing or seeing someone's fuller self, more authentic self, it doesn't hurt you so much, because you're like, well, I saw the signs earlier actually, and I'm gonna decide, make the judgment for myself, take control of my life, and not put as much energy into this relationship. It's reminding me of like this dating coach's advice that I remember listening to or watching on a podcast, where he was like, a lot of women will start off with trust, and then as their partner does things, the trust kind of goes back down. So like they'll start at 100%, and as the person goes down to like 50%, 25%, 10%, that's when we kind of like, okay, this isn't the person for me. But we're already starting from a point of like a lot of loyalty and trust, and you don't obviously have to be a woman to relate to this, but like just how he was saying it. And then on the opposite hand, even if you think of it as like an energy, so like masculine energy will start off with 0% or 10% of interest, and then the interest grows as they know the person, which kind of serves you better by doing it that way. So maybe you're someone who is very trusting of people and falls quickly for people, or gets attached to people quickly, and that's a very caring person. But it's necessary for you to almost work your way, so not work your way backwards, work from ground zero, or work from a lower level of trust, you know. It's also that mindset of not approaching situations with, does this person like me, and more so, do I like them? So kind of taking yourself out of the center of it, but also putting, I feel like there's a duality to it, right? Like putting yourself on a high pedestal and knowing that you deserve certain things. Protecting your peace, I would say. Let's see this butterfly spirit. Joy and the beautiful lightness of being alive and creative in the world is the focus when butterfly spirit flutters before you. Transformation is inevitable as you grow into your most beautiful, empowered self. Indeed, you will go through some uncomfortable stages as you let go of the forms of your life that no longer fit the new you. Even relationships must go through shifts to match your new emerging self. If you focus on the beauty and not the challenges, stop taking yourself too seriously, and choose to be playful, loving, and joyous, you will soon know the miracle your soul wants to experience through you. Today is a day for joy, so alight. Look around and see the beauty that is everywhere and in everyone, including you. Yeah, growing into your most empowered self, I feel like, with this Queen of Wands energy here. So let's take a little deeper look at what these lessons were showing you. I feel like we pretty much got it, but let's see if there's anything else. Yes, Leo energy. I felt that so heavily for you guys. Confidence is your key to success. Again, Queen of Wands energy, King of Wands energy. Being confident in yourself, confident in your beliefs, confident in what you deserve. Not allowing other people, self-doubt to be is the right word, precursor, a reason for sticking in situations or doing things that really are not authentic for you. not aligned for you. Trusting and believe that better will come if you say no to this. Got Queen of Wands coming out again. I didn't even like ask the question yet. What was this lesson that they were supposed to show me then? What was it showing them? Eight of Swords. I feel like that needs to be upright. What was this lesson showing them? The Wheel of Fortune, the Eight of Cups. So a lot of things may have felt out of your control in 2024. Having to walk away from, or even situations resurfacing, old patterns coming back, things you thought you had healed. Repeating cycles, feeling trapped again, like that kind of victimized mindset of like, why does this keep happening to me? Rather, what can I do to change this? What is this showing me? How can I set myself free? Whoa. This is odd. Five of Pentacles. Feeling disempowered about your situation. Not able to change it when you really do have hold the key the entire time. I don't know if you can see that. The key is right here. She can set herself free anytime. All it takes is changing the mindset. I feel like now is a new beginning to move forwards differently. But there still may not be so much clarity for you. Three of Swords energy. Attaching yourself to situations that were not serving you, that were painful. Learning to let go of those things, those people. Learning to trust what you were seeing, not thinking that you're overthinking. So what was the positive outcome of going through this? What did you learn? We have number 4 with focus. Maybe some of you guys felt like this was a situation that pulled you back. Like for example, you were with a partner, it was going really well. Maybe you invested a lot of years or time, or that it was a situation that was going to propel you forwards. But a part of them or a side of them came into full view and you realized it wasn't really something you aligned with, and having to separate from that situation makes you feel like you have to take a step back in some way, like moving back in with parents or something like that, you know. I'm even seeing like a business partner situation where you were invested time with this person, you were growing the business, and there was maybe success on the business end but not on the relationship end, and the situation of having to have a friendship breakup or business partner breakup puts you back at, it feels like it puts you back at square one, right? Just the way that she's pulling back this bow and or the arrow. Okay, so it says you may be so fixated that you become blind to what is truly yours and what will be in your best and highest good. The goddess of the hunt offers this alignment task. Soften your focus and allow the fulfillment of your desires to come to you as it will. Whether you hit your mark now is not the point. Rest your eyes and release the tension in your body. By taking this break, you will avoid shooting yourself in the foot and instead recognize that you are so loved. Love, success and opportunity, all that is truly yours, will not run past you. Call on the goddess Artemis to remind you of this truth. Why do I feel like I need to pull another card for you? Like my mouth is so dry right now. Is there another message for those who chose option number 4 here? For what they were learning in positive health. We have here Goddess Freya with radical acceptance. I feel like they kind of have similar vibes, like wild woman. Maybe you guys resonate with like being very wild. And by wild I mean like just bold, maybe again very Leo energy or fire sign energy, like confident, bold, speaks your mind. And that might be something that a lot of people try to criticize you for or squash out of you. I don't know how to say it, but it's, yeah, like she's reminding me of Brave, the character in Brave. Merida, Merida. And how she was just like rebellious, you know. She didn't want to be like the typical demure, I can't find words, just, you know, mild person. So it says, can you be in the middle of the chaos and allow yourself to center in the quiet, a hum in the eye of the storm? Let the peace of Freya, the Norse goddess of war, enter your mind. Amid the flurry of battle, she came to collect the fallen and bring them to a place of rest and recuperation. She offers the gift of acceptance, the knowing that there is nothing to resist right now. See your world at face value and look into it with discernment. Basically what we were seeing here. When you see with greater clarity, not taking this world so personally, you will not have to fight at all. Surrender to what is, begin again, and wait until the drama dies down on its own. You are the strongest, most grounded and most powerful when you remember this is the strategy of the goddess Freya offers in your support. Yeah, so it's like knowing what battles to fight, knowing what arguments are worth winning. I don't even know. Yeah, okay. Right, let us take a little peek into your 2025 now. Got some cards here and we will get some messages from here. That popped out, so we'll just keep that. For those who chose option number 4, please. Let's turn these around. We have soulmate here, and we also have deception. Someone is wearing a false self mask in this relationship. We have popular in their community, again quite Leo energy. So you could be getting recognized for something, growing a following, or just being a part of a community. I'm seeing like someone joining a group, everyone being like, oh my gosh, look who's here, hey. So maybe growing friends in that kind of, in like a specific community or something. Courageous / daring. See, that's the energy of these two goddess energies right here. Taking leaps of faith. We have playful, having more fun. We have kind here, experiencing more kindness. We have a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus energy. So your routines could be changing. Could be focusing on health. Could have your 6th area in astrology, your 6th house being highlighted in astrology. You could also have these placements or be meeting someone with these placements. We have homebody here. Rest, rejuvenation is an important thing for you as well, I think, continuing into this year. We have ginger hair. Ginger hair. You're the only pile that's got ginger hair. I don't even think I rarely get that coming out. So that could be maybe a hair colour you're getting or someone that you know. Workaholic, so working a lot, maybe getting a lot of work opportunities as well. You have caring coming through, which I feel like it symbolises you. Pescatarian, so maybe eating more fish again, changing diets. We have the personality type ENFP. You can look up the little qualities, their qualities down below, in the link down below. We have fatherly coming through, so this could either be a relationship with a father, or also entering more masculine energy, or just embracing your masculine energy, because I feel like that is something that is quite natural to you, but maybe it's something you don't feel proud of, or you're not made to feel proud of, again with this kind of like Brave character. If you haven't watched Brave, I would suggest you watch it. It's a Disney film. Just to kind of, because I keep seeing her in my head, so the character Merida, just, I feel like you guys maybe have similar essence, or like struggle with similar issues that she went through. We also have here wise as well. So I feel like this is a lesson from 2024. This is a lesson that you are going to take with you, like carry with you for the rest of your life, you know. Really integrate into your life and move differently. So you could be meeting someone important, as well as just I also feel like deepening friendships as well. Again, seeing people for who they are with the deception card here. Picking up on like the little cues faster, trusting your intuition more. But yeah, I think if you really take time to reflect on what you experienced in 2024 and make the necessary changes, you won't get tripped up in 2025 as much. You'll pick up on things a lot quicker than you could probably have previously. So yeah, that is everything I have for you. Definitely comment down below what pile you chose, so that you can come back here at the end of 2024 and see what part of these themes showed up for you, if they did show up for you, you know, and how. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, give it a thumbs up, let me know, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye.